What if your vehicle was prone to a cyber attack? A cyber attack that allowed the hacker to control your vehicle while you were inside of it, on the road, and you now suddenly have no control of it. Say this hacker's intent was to get rid of you, and they force your vehicle's acceleration to max out and disable your vehicle's brakes. An American journalist named Michael Hastings died in a car crash in 2013 and has been speculated being the result of an automotive cyber hack. Whether I think he was the result of a hack causing his death doesn't change how interesting yet scary I think the reality of this is. Let's talk about this bizarre and intriguing story. I want to tie these things together for you and let you draw your own conclusion.
There is a spirit that brought us here tonight. A spirit of change.
There is a spirit that brought us here tonight. A spirit of change.
Michael Hastings died on June 18, 2013. Michael believed he was being followed by the FBI. First, we have to understand what it is Michael Hastings did. Michael was an American journalist, and his work would reach the attention of the White House. The Rolling Stone published The Runaway General, which was Michael's profile of a U.S. Army general who was also the commander of NATO's International Security Assistance Force in the Afghanistan War. His story went into details of criticism and remarks made by the general to his officials and to civilians. With so much attention on the general, known as Stanley McChrystal, the general would react by issuing an apology to the Obama administration. Michael Hastings had a way of getting the dirt on people, and it's important to note that he was working with WikiLeaks to get information to help his journalism. Michael was covering stories in Iraq, Afghanistan, and in the U.S. In the U.S., he covered how Homeland Security was spying on its own citizens. A popular movement they were spying on in 2011 was the Occupy Wall Street movement. Michael was a heavy critic of the U.S. drone program ran by President Obama. Michael denounced Obama's use of drones as an embrace of Bush-era neoconservatism and total militarism. Michael was also quoted as saying, "Obama enshrines killing people and spying on journalists as the two major tenets of his national security state." So how does this play into Michael's car being hacked and crashing at an incredible speed? Leading into the morning hours of his death, the evening right before it occurred, Michael knocked on his neighbor's door. Michael told others beforehand he was under investigation by the FBI, stating that he was onto a big story and that he needed to go off of the radar. And because of this story, the FBI may be interviewing him. His neighbor answered the door shortly after midnight, and Michael asked if he could borrow her car. He told her that he didn't trust his own vehicle and that he was afraid to drive it. She declined to let him use her car. Although he did not want to drive his own vehicle, he still chose to. At 4:20 a.m. on June 18th, Michael Hastings was driving south on Highland Avenue and crashed into palm trees in the median that would take his life. The car's engine has varying reports of it being launched between 80 to 200 feet away from the vehicle at the time of the crash. So was it a mental health issue leading to an accident, perhaps intentional, or was his car hacked? Let's compare. Soon after Michael Hastings' death, the former U.S. National Coordinator of Security, Infrastructure Protection, and Counterterrorism, Richard A. Clarke, said that what is known about the crash is consistent with a car cyber attack. He also stated, "There is no reason to believe that intelligence agencies or major powers, including the United States, know how to remotely seize control of a car." So if there was a cyber attack on Hastings' car, and I'm not saying there was, I think whoever did it would probably get away with it. To add to this theory, these words of possibility come directly from the former National Coordinator of Security. Michael Hastings himself expressed this fear over driving his own vehicle that night as he was onto something big and shared his fear with his family. On the other hand, Michael's family reported that he had a substance abuse issue. Michael Hastings' brother Jonathan had actually just flew in to stay with him out of concern 2 days before the crash. He could tell Michael was having a hard time and believed he was having a manic episode similar to one he had experienced 15 years ago. Jonathan was trying to convince Michael to check into rehab to detox or to come back to his own state and dry out. Jonathan was making arrangements up until the night Michael had left. Jonathan, along with the rest of his family, believed it to be an accident. Michael would sneak out on the night of his death while Jonathan was sleeping. His brother said maybe he would be more inclined to believe in foul play if he had not seen his brother's behavior personally before his crash. Michael Hastings dealt with a lot. He lost his girlfriend in 2008 in Baghdad when she was ambushed and killed while working for the Democratic Institute, inspiring him to write his book, I Lost My Love in Baghdad, and another book following it called The Operators, a behind-the-scenes look at the U.S.'s war in Afghanistan. Michael was working on sensitive material, uncovering the U.S.'s spy programs on citizens, the drone programs, and calling out high-ranking officials with documented statements and plans. If you're wondering why I chose an image of a weeping angel in this video, it's because the government did have a program that was leaked called Weeping Angel, where a specific Samsung model TV's camera would view its owners and the camera would be left on even when the TV was turned off. This 31-page file was leaked by WikiLeaks, with detailed notes on how the CIA planned to configure and monitor owners using the Samsung F8000 television model. I can see how either way this could be viewed as an inside job to silence his relentless work as a well-known journalist. I can also see how dealing with this type of work could be difficult mentally. I see how it could even make a sober mind paranoid criticizing and exposing top government officials. To mix in substance abuse could definitely increase that paranoia, causing mental health problems. Regardless if it was planned, an accident, or done by his own intention, it's a complete tragedy. To see the former U.S. head of security coordination acknowledging it could very well be a car hack, to his brother denying foul play, I find it interesting and find myself puzzled by it. As for me, I can see how both views are possible. I do want to know what you guys think. Technology has advanced a lot since the last decade, and mental health is extremely important. Please like and subscribe, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Your views and likes really do help with encouraging me to do more, and they give my uploads more visibility. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of this, or if you already do know of it and would like to add more to this story, please do. That's all for this one. Until the next one, take care.
There is a spirit that brought us here tonight. A spirit of change and hope and possibility.